Now here's this king who wants a circular garden with diameter 42 meters, and it should be such that one portion of the garden will be for planting red roses and the other portion will be for animal grazing. Also, the angle which this grazing portion makes at the center is 60 degree. So we can clearly see that this is a sector. The grazing portion is a sector with central angle 60 degree. Now, he asks his gardener to put grass on the grazing portion. Now, the cost which he will incur for putting grass on every square meter will be 3 gold coins. So, the king needs to spend 3 gold coins for every square meter of grass. So, the king asks the gardener, what will be the total number of gold coins required to put grass on the entire grazing portion? For this, the gardener needs to find the area of the grazing portion. Well, that is, he needs to find the area of this sector with central angle 60 degree, and he did not know how to find the area of a sector. But he was a smart gardener. He observed that as the central angle increases, the area of the sector also increases. So if we consider this sector S1 with central angle theta 1 and this sector S2 with central angle theta 2, we can clearly observe that theta 2 is greater than theta 1. Also, the area of sector 2 is greater than the area of sector 1. So we can see that as the central angle increases, the area of the sector also increases. And even the gardener observed this. He also observed a few other things. Well, when the central angle theta is equal to 180 degree, we get a semicircle. So the area of the sector will be half of the area of the circle, because a semicircle is half of the circle, which is equal to half into area of the circle. Now this half can be written as 180 divided by 360, and we know that the area of a circle is given by pi r square, where r is the radius. So area of the sector when theta, that is the central angle, is 180 degree, is 180 by 360 into pi r square. Now 180 is the central angle, so we can write it as central angle by 360 into pi r square. Again, when the central angle theta is equal to 90 degree, we get 1/4 of the area of a circle. That is, if we consider this sector, it is a quadrant, and the area of the quadrant is 1/4 of the area of the circle, which is 1/4 into area of the circle. Now this 1/4 can be written as 90 by 360 into area of the circle, which is pi r square. So we get 90 by 360 into pi r square. Now 90 is the central angle, so we can write this as theta by 360 into pi r square. This is the area of the sector with central angle theta. Now if we consider the entire circle as the sector, the angle subtended will be 360 degree, because we consider the entire circle. In that case, the area of this sector will be the total area of the circle. So we can write this as 360 by 360, which is 1 into area of the circle, which is pi r square. So this is 360 by 360 into pi r square. Now 360 is equal to theta, which is the central angle. So this is equal to theta by 360 into pi r square. So in each of the case, we see that we get the area of the sector by this formula. Theta by 360 into pi r square. So it is the central angle divided by 360, which is a constant, into pi r square. Pi is constant, r is constant for a given circle. So as theta, that is as the central angle increases, area of a sector for a circle also increases. So now coming back to our problem, we need to find the number of gold coins required for the grazing portion. Now the number of gold coins will be area of grazing portion into number of coins per square meter. We know that number of gold coins per square meter is equal to 3. So this is the area of grazing portion into 3. Now if we can find the area of grazing portion, we can find the total number of gold coins required. Also, if we consider this circle, the diameter is 42 meters. The diameter is equal to twice the radius. So radius will be 42 divided by 2, that is 21 meters. So the radius of this circular region R is 21 meters. So we need to find the area of this sector with radius 21 meters and the angle subtended as 60 degree. So find the area of this green sector. Well, we know that area of a sector is given by theta by 360 into pi r square. Now let us substitute the values. Theta is the central angle, which is 60 degree. So this is 60 divided by 360 into pi. Let's take pi as 22 by 7 into r square. R is the radius, which is 21 meters. So it is 21 into 21. Now 60 by 360 is 1 by 6. 7 cancels with 21. 3 cancels with 6. This is 11. So 11 into 21. 11 into 21 is 231 square meter. So this is the area of the grazing portion, 231 square meter. Now the number of gold coins required are 231 into 3, which is equal to 693. So the number of gold coins required are 693. So we have seen that the area of a sector is given by theta by 360 into pi r square. That is the central angle divided by 360 degree into the area of the circle. Now, what if we want to find the area of this sector? So what if we want to find this area? If we know theta, we know that this part, this angle is 360 degree minus theta. So the area of this sector will be given as 360 minus theta by 360 into pi r square. So it is the same as the angle subtended at the center, which is 360 minus theta divided by 360 into area of the circle. So this is how We find the area of a sector.